Yo. It's a pretty important video here, man. Superior JC here, right? Yo, I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before, but I haven't broke it down like this. Yo, listen, you tarot card readers, right? There's some people that are good at what they do and shit like that, right? And then you got some, but then you get the same. Let me put it like this for you. I'm gonna put it nice and short and sweet for y'all too. And I don't mind atting you motherfuckers either, right? See, like when you're reading cards and shit like that, like you gotta don't get so washed into the cards where you start. Well, this is what you start doing. I'm not gonna tell you what to do and what not to do. I'm gonna tell you what you're doing. You start to blur the lines between your life and what the reading's supposed to be. And not only that, more importantly than that, you start reading you start reading a reading that's supposed to be for that's supposed to be for a specific group of people, or even maybe one individual. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to why that is, right? And you start reading that motherfucker for everybody, paying for something or not paying, and just doing a general reading, or you start paying, maybe even paying, giving a reading to someone who's paying for one and shit like that. You gotta understand who you're dealing. You gotta understand who you're dealing with. You gotta understand who you're dealing with, right? Some people's spirits are so big that you reading something and it's for one motherfucker. It's for one motherfucker. I'm trying to give you an example of what I'm talking about. I'm trying to give you an example. You ever watch like a movie or something like that? And like have you ever seen not Monsters, that Antlers movie or whatever? And like they give you the perspective of an ant and shit like that. Like some shit like that. Like you ever like watch something? Like a movie, like it's not the best example, but it makes sense though. It makes sense. So bear with me here, right? Like you ever like a movie like that or some shit like that, and then like a motherfucker is like walking or like now I forgot what the fuck that movie's called, that Antlers movie. I know it's not the best example. Just bear with me. I know what the fuck I'm talking about though, right? I know who the fuck I am and shit like that, right? But like how a motherfucker, and then they show you in the movie, and then they go out to a bigger screen. They zoom out and they show you that it's like a motherfucker like walking on a motherfucker's arm, or walking like about to get crushed over some grass and shit like that. I know it's not the best example, but like that's what y'all doing when you're doing a reading and shit like that. A lot of the time when you're doing a reading, like you're reading, it's not necessarily that you're doing. This is why you're doing a reading that's supposed to be for one person, and you're doing it as a general population reading, right? Because you're picking up on a specific scent. You're picking up on someone's energy, right? Someone's thoughts, someone's feelings, and then putting it out there like it's everybody else's. Like it's supposed to be everybody else's. This is when you I don't be blaming I'm blaming y'all, but I don't blame y'all too at the same time. Cause like I know the energy gets juicy, it gets juicy, makes you wanna bite it and shit like that, right? Like I know the energy gets juicy, I know. Yeah, just fixing my shit up. Yeah. The energy gets juicy and shit like that, right? But I was making this a quick video. I don't mind atting you motherfuckers either, eh? But like y'all readings is cool and shit like that. That's one of the first things I said when I made this video, right? So just listen. Yeah, pretty much said what I wanted to say, right? And you're doing a reading that's specifically supposed to be for a specific individual or a specific group of people, and you're reading it like it's for everybody. And it's not. And then you thinking, oh, because you're doing the reading and you're picking up on energy, you think you're some voodoo guru, bitch, or some voodoo guru wizard or some shit like that you gonna get away with it, or nobody's catching it or picking up on that. And the motherfucker you doing that to is the motherfucker you're picking up on is watching your shit. So isn't that interesting how condensed the world's gotten just off of the internet? motherfucker like me sitting back watching your ass. Shit like that, man. Yeah, man. You doing a whole general reading for you doing a whole general reading and shit like that for not supposed to be for one motherfucking shit. Stupid motherfucker. But like in terms of that, right? But like I be fucking with y'all. I be fucking with some of the readings, some of y'all readings and shit like that, right? And shit like that. But like I don't mind saying names too and shit like that. Fuck that. It's 2026. Like Katroya J, what's her name? Rara Butterfly reads, like those bitches, right? Like I like their reading. I fuck with their content, but it's like they don't even like. I don't know if these girls realize like how spiritual this shit really is. You know what I mean? Like how fully. Like I don't know if they realize that, like how you can be doing one reading for one person, and you're doing it as it's a general, because I know the energy can get juicy and shit like that. That's why I'm ending this video, because I don't want to miss out points. Not only that, right? But my energy is so powerful. And it's so extended and it's so broad that you wouldn't think that's just for one person. You don't think that's coming from one person and shit like that, because you're sitting there doing a collective reading. But bitch, I'm telling you right now, that collective reading, that collective energy is most likely a lot of the times. I'm not gonna say all the time, but a lot of the times that's coming from one individual, and you're looking at him. Superior JC here. I'll be back with more content like this. Y'all enjoy your day, and I'll be back with more. Y'all enjoy your day. Stay safe out there.